All right, let's take a look at some headlines this morning. My name is Ifeyemi Andrew. On the Vanguard, the lead headline here says, why Naira is in massive recovery race across all markets by bankers. All right, you might want to go check it out. Emphasis on massive. It's not just recovery, but they say it's massive recovery race. Wait for 2031 presidency. SGF Akume tells Atiku Northerners. Wait for 2031 presidency. SGF Akume tells Atiku Northerners. You would also see on the Vanguard how non-appointment of ambassadors is hurting Nigeria envoys. Get all of those details from the Vanguard. And quickly, just a few from the Punch this morning. It says, Lakurawa, Nigeria neighbors begin offensive against new terror group. Marketers begin direct loading from Dangote refinery. I think we have become tired of this one. This one now, we're tired because you are tired. You are every time they are loading. Tomorrow you are going to hear they are not loading again. There was no agreement again. Oh, there's this one. Well, let's see. Tinubu, others congratulate Mahama as opposition clinches Ghana presidency. They had their elections over the weekend. Tax reform, Akume plays down northern opposition as Senate meets AGF. All of these headlines are on the Punch newspaper. Now remember that on Facebook we are streaming live, so you can join us on Facebook at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Again, Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. That is the Facebook handle, so you can watch us live. I'll take some of your comments here first. Ajugunu, who says, INEC Chairman Yakubu said that Ghana has learned lessons from Nigeria electoral process. It's a very funny statement. For me, INEC is a failure. Naira in massive recovery. Maybe I'm not in Nigeria to have not experienced its impact, to say for Samuel. Patrick Amadi says, Ochio of Ichie pleading the governor to extend ongoing reconstruction of the Igui Road. That's a good one. Becca Menegbo says, Tinubu others congratulate Mahama as opposition clinches Ghana presidency. Please, Nigeria INEC chairman and officials should learn from Ghana. Becca Menegbo says, Tinubu others congratulate the president-elect of Ghana. Please. Okay, I think we took that already. Stephen Igbikis from Rukboku says, wait for 2030, telling Atiku and Northerners. Very funny. 2031, actually. 2031. Okwandu says, it is a very heartbreaking story for Nigerians to wait till 2031 before getting off hardship, hunger, and suffering. I don't know why we'll put it that way. We'll make it look as though there's still going to be an election. There will be several other candidates from many other political parties that want to run for an election. If you know that you are tired of the one you have, you vote another one next year. Clearly, most parties will field southern candidates because of the zoning thing. All right. So what are we saying? We make it look as though we're tied to, since the APC is in power, the APC must. We're already saying they are going to win the next election. That's not how it works. I think there's an election that will be conducted. Because you won the first time, does not say you are automatically going to take a second term. You would go and contest again, and if you are voted back in, well, then you get it. If not, you leave. But then from a Nigerian perspective, I understand why you are worried. I have to factor in both sides. From a Nigerian perspective, how our elections are, the kind of appointments you begin to see building up to elections, who becomes the head of year and the head of where, and the electoral laws that might not be changed as it should be. Even if the output changes will be little, so there's still a back door for some people to escape when they need it, etc., etc. All of these things perhaps is why people assume automatically that whoever is sitting there as president, as governor, would just, go on to get straight 8 years. But that was not the case for Goodluck Jonathan. Somebody would ask, how many Goodluck Jonathans do we have? Patrick Amadi says, this loading of a thing has turned to joking things in this country. That's why I said I'm tired. This one says, God forbid Ghana learn what from where? From this our bad system. Sunday Aswa said that Christian Williams is obviously INEC and judiciary the biggest hindrance to Nigeria's democracy. Just look at how Ghana conducted the free, fair and accepted election. Nobody complaining. It's not like there are no few people must complain. It's normal. But largely it was seen as okay. Joseph says story of American election and Ghana election should teach Nigerian politicians a lesson. Why are they deaf and do not follow the right principles? Let people allow the rule of law prevail. Nigerian system is not bad. It is the individuals that have questionable character. Sunday Aswa, I think you left that message. Nigeria's system is not bad. The individuals in it have questionable characters and then they hide under the law. So because it is not in the law or the law does not say anything about the act, does it make it right? So people will do things that are illegal, people will do things that are wrong because it is legal. I don't know if that makes sense. People will do what is wrong just because it is legal. Something is legal does not mean it is right. Let's go to the phone lines now. 0817-923-0007. 0817-923-0007. You can also call 0817-923-0003. Any of these numbers to get through to us. We'll be taking more messages on Facebook, so you can continue streaming at Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Remember to also use the WhatsApp number 0809 030 6416. Okay, now that said, let's quickly go over to the phone lines and take some of your calls this morning. Remember to keep it short and simple. On WhatsApp, this one says, good morning. From your news, fire outbreak, please. It's very important to have firefighters around every roundabout and in all the big markets in this town to avoid fire outbreaks. Ikechuku Nwokoro from Chokocho. Soon says, Ida from Nkoro says, I want to thank His Excellency and I want to use this opportunity to welcome the Chief of Air Staff to Rivers State for the commissioning. Another person here says, we can't wait till 2031 to change this bad leadership. The whole Nigeria is tired of the APC government under Tinubu. Or Kennedy on Port Harcourt City, you sent that one. Say votes are counted in Ghana, but here in Nigeria, votes are not counted. The INEC chairman should know this and no peace. Clever Sonny. Nigeria, votes are also counted now. It's how they count it you might question, but votes are counted. Dr. Lemchi Remigusi Gruta from Igruta says, good morning. The wait for 2031 for presidency credited to the SSG shows there's nothing democratic in our elections. How can you determine the result of election in 2031? No, understand what the SGF said. Well, I'm not him, SSG rather. I'm not him, but technically he says Northerners, Atiku are Northerners. Now, technically, it is not time for the North. That's the point he's trying to make. The North would have a shot at the presidency in 2031. Right now, the South has to go for another 8 years. I think that's the point he's trying to make. Even though you might say perhaps he's also suggesting that his principal would continue as president even after the next election. Let's Barry Mbori. Good morning.
Good morning, Ifeami Andrew.
Yep, go on, please.
Yeah, let me look at where Rivers residents called for more fire service in the state. I think this is a good call. For me, I will want to add that the Rivers State government, with all its efforts, putting things together to ensure that we have a nice fire service in the state, it shouldn't be only one fire service center. Because I know that apart from the one in my one, I think there is no other place. We are supposed to have fire service in most local government areas. And if that is not possible, if there is a means that the state government will ensure that there are more vehicles for fire service, which they will put in most of the LGAs or stations somewhere where they will serve as fire service emergency, so that in case, this period we are is a very dangerous period. If you can do that, it will help. Then the 4-year-old boy that was adopted from River State and discovered in the FCT, I think that's a good one by the police. This is what we expect the police to do. At least these are signs that, yes, the police is real on ground, following and ensuring active security measures for the people, protecting lives and properties. I think that's a good one for the police. Lastly, Naira gained massive recovery. Sometimes it looks as if it's just eye service to me, with the way this Naira appreciate and later depreciate again. I don't think this is a real one to appreciate, because we don't know what will come up in few days to come. But if that is
all right, Legendary, thank you very much.
Ensure that this measure
JJ is in Rumigbo. Let's go to JJ. JJ, good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning.
You're welcome, JJ.
Happy
Go on.
Monday to you. That's how they say we should be saying it.
Go on.
Well, I'm not too concerned about marketers loading from Dangote. What I'm concerned is the price. When the sales subsidy was gone, they told us 500 and something thousand, even though that one been big at that time. I think we still manage them now. So let's fall back to 500 and something. We can load from anywhere. Then let me also hear the Query chairman for at least bringing health to his people. Health is wealth, and that's the way to go. Going all the way to America, anywhere, bring health to your people. Just continue with what you're doing, and welcome the Chief of Army Staff, and Chief of Air Staff to River State, Ibiala Wesa. Conclusively, the Igrita people calling for more fire service stations. We have one at that flyover in my one. The one in Rumodomaya is under serious innovation. More trucks have come in. But I must also call on the Federal Road Safety, whatever, corporation or whatever they call them, that how do you allow people to load to that height? Andrew, you know what happened? When they get to some wire, they now use wood to push so that those trucks can pass. No, now. Road safety is your concern to make sure that these people don't load to that extent that will not cause disaster at the end of the day. But for fire service, very soon, you will see everywhere fire trucks everywhere. Thank you very much.
All right, let's go to Uche Ken in Echie. Good morning.
Yeah, Andrew, good morning, sir.
Good morning to you.
Yes. Let me look at FCT police rescued a 4-year child that was kidnapped from school in River State. Two things I want to say in that regard. One, all the securities in River State have to sit up, mainly police. Police no longer do stop and search, but to request and collect money from Keke. I am not saying allegedly. I am saying it as an eyewitness. Tell me how that woman would have taken that boy away from River State without being caught. It is quite unfortunate. Secondly, the schools should improve in security. How can the school tell me that they do not recognize those who bring the child to school? As in other people will be bringing the child to school, you will no longer recognize them. You allow another person to gain access to the child. I think at this point, the school deserves 100% blame and should never allow such to repeat itself again. Naira a massive recovery. I remain pinned for now because I know between now and evening, you will hear a different negative stories about Naira. Labour Party on a legal move to recover their lawsuit from their lawmaker who defected to another party. I only want to say, wow. Why legal means again? Their seat should have been declared vacant orally now, just the way we are seeing here in River State. Let me take a bow.
Let's go to Gift in Yenegua. Good morning, Gift.
Good morning, if you Andrew, my brother.
All right, good morning. Go ahead, please.
Thank you. God bless you. Happy New Week. Let me address the issue of Samsam Jaja, who talked about Ejo and no Ejo. This ethnicity matter, Andrew, I don't battle it. I don't like it. We should calm down. Every time Ejo this, Ejo that, Ikwere people have ruled that state. We did not hear all this noise about Ikwere. In fact, fact, when Ikwere man was leaving, people brought this idea to sell. At the end of the day, it failed, and Wike became the governor. So I don't know. We should just calm down. Talking about 30th of October, is it one day matter in terms of impeachment? And I want to ask question, is impeachment a crime? It is never a crime. I will give you the answer. If you are going astray, you need to be impeached, and heaven will not fall and nothing will happen. Alame Seya was impeached, and heaven did not fall. Different governors in this country have been impeached, and impeachment is not even a day job. It was just a notice on that 30th. So when they are talking about impeachment, it was as if that very 30th was the day of impeachment. No, it was only a notice, and people on the 29th went there to bomb that House of Assembly, thinking that on the 30th, people will not make the move. Congratulations to even the people that were bold enough to say, even if you are trying to prevent this whole thing, we'll still go ahead with the notice. Notice is
all right, let's go to good news in Port Harcourt. Thank you very much, Gift.
It's not a day job.
Good news, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother, man. Thank you very much. Compliment of the season.
All right, go on.
Thank you. What the 2023 George Akume SGS test article? I think as a man who is holding a strong position in Nigeria, he shouldn't be saying such things, except there's a plan again to make sure that they announce results after 3, after 4, early in the morning while people are sleeping, instead of during the daytime. Look at Ghana election. Just imagine Ghana election. No, does it mean that the person sitting on seat couldn't go to court? But because the election was somewhat free and fair, better, there is no reason for you to go to court. Look at Biden and Trump. Because it was somewhat free and fair. Look at Jonathan handed over to APC. Because he saw that it was somewhat, he saw the masses generally didn't accept him. He just congratulated. Why don't they say no, that they must do this, they must do that? I think that statement is not good for, if you ask me, coming from such person. And the commissioning in Rivers State, yes, it's a welcome development that the governor is doing things to commission. But if you ask me, I would have asked him to continue lying low the way he is doing. He has been going to groundbreaking ceremony, commissioning doing projects without making noise, and the people making the noise for him. Well, coming to say want to make a project, make a general commission opening, it's not a bad one. At least let us show that he's doing project. But if you ask me, he could have continued with his style, so that people who are dying and say that it's not doing anything, and that at the end of the day they will see his project.
All right, let's go to Bori now. Akanto, good morning.
Good morning, my friend and my brother. Happy New Week to you. Andrew, how are you doing this morning?
Fantastic. Well, go on.
Yes, let me tell you, the commission from the River State government, I think it's a fantastic one. I think on the 17th of this month, we in Bori will welcome him to commission the first phase of Bori internal route. And I want to pay to Excellency, the governor of River State, that is listening to Titan for this morning start. The Bori route is about 40% of the Bori internal route. Your Excellency, sir, it is not all the route in Bori. But I want to give you kudos to the one you have done. The aesthetic nature of the road, the beauty nature of Kempoli. You come to Bori, most of the road have been done. But we still request, as Oliver please, sir, we still need more. And the issue of police, I recovered a child that was based from River State to Abuja. To me, allegedly, it may be a way to cause a bad name to River State people and River State government. That the River State, like what they have been saying before, that whatever thing that has been happening in Abuja have been planned and orchestrated by River State government. So to me, allegedly may be a plan to deform or defame the name of River State government. So we should stop it.
All
the
right.
River Fire Service, some state, some class, even on this radio station, when the last administration of last Lolo built a fire service station in Bori to cope incessant fire issue around this River South East Electoral District. The former local government chairman came up to change it and so are the old firefighting vehicle that he bought. So why are we crying now that people should buy fire service buses around the area? Then last Peter, Last is at the issue of INEC. Salute the Ghana election. See, INEC, he said Ghana is borrowing leave from Nigeria INEC. This is a collusion. This is a very bad omen that he said they are borrowing leave. INEC that cannot conduct a constitutional election in Nigeria.
Akanto, thank you very much. Unfortunately, INEC can conduct constituency elections in Nigeria. And then, most importantly, your insinuations about the child that was kidnapped. I'm just worried how you begin to deduce that kind of reasoning out of the situation. We've heard of children who were kidnapped from Rivers State to Imo State to Akwa Ibom State to Benue State. So are you saying that those ones were also done to make Rivers State look bad? Your postulation, if anybody is thinking like that, I think that's a very dumb thing to think of. It would be really dumb if any politician or any individual or anybody would think that it's a matter of insecurity, it's crime, and the police would have to do their work. And in this case, luckily, the police in the FCT got a hand of the situation. The police in other parts of the country have also been able to do their job in cases where kids were adopted from this state to other states. And we've had police here in Rivers State also do their job to help in situations where children were abducted from other states and brought to Rivers State. So that's what it should be. All right. Thank you. We'll take a commercial now. Afterwards, business news at 7. Good morning.